Hi everyone, it's Stephen Lee. I'm excited to be joined today by Giuseppe Kobayashi, who's the former Chief Strategy Officer at FireEye, Mandiant, Symantec, and Accenture. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Stephen. Glad to be here.
So do you have any examples of business disruption due to a cyber incident here in Japan?
Yes, there are a lot actually, but many of them don't get reported. But one of the things that sticks to my mind is a very large enterprise company basically had a mail fraud and lost $4.2 million because there was a mail that said, "Can you pay me today? You are behind on your payment, and if you don't pay now, it's going to stop." The funny thing about this is the purchasing department who was caught with this incident came to us and said, "We have to get a new mail system." This is really a common reaction. It has nothing to do with mail system, but they think if you change mail system, it would solve the problem. We have to explain that you've been breached a long time ago. They knew the amount of money, they knew who the payee was, and they knew when the manager was on vacation. And therefore, they picked the staff who was alone in the office that day and sent that message of urgency of payment and force him to process the payment. So if you were to change mail system, it's going to happen again. It does not make any difference. You have a governance problem and you have a breach problem, not a mail system problem. But this is often a case we see with many customers, that if you change technology, it will solve the problem.
And that goes back to what we were saying before, is that here in Japan, they're thinking of it as a technology problem and always wanting to address technology first rather than looking at, what does the approval process should look like to make a payment that large to that vendor or supplier? So perhaps looking at that angle a bit more.
Yeah, it comes to really the governance weakness, despite Japanese companies having so much paperwork to do this. But in this case, the threat actor knew that given certain pressure, they could bypass everything and get the payment through on real time on that same day when the manager's not there.
Wow.
So they knew exactly who you were, what were your weakness, and they did execute very well. So $4.2 million disappeared.
So thanks for your time here today, Giuseppe, and being very generous with the level of insights and market knowledge that you shared with all of us here today.
Well, thank you for having me. And if there are any other topics that you may want to talk about, please send comments and requests. I'll be happy to address them in the next series.
See you guys next time.